We have a human tendency to push God to the margin of our lives, and we want to have a school and a culture of a school that brings God to the center. And so our mission has to do with thinking very deliberately about how to transfer a way of life to our children, especially in these young grammar years. And it's a 4-part mission that describes an education that should be distinctively Christian, academically excellent, joyful, and classical.
I love teaching at the Wilberforce School because of the joy that the students have and that we get to teach the whole child. The students are not just growing academically and in their behavior, but also that their relationship with Christ is being strengthened every day.
You know, what was so important to us as we were investigating schools is the integration of faith in learning, and we really saw that happening at Wilberforce. We didn't want our child just to get Bible once a day or once a week, but we wanted it to be something that was integrated throughout the entire day, so that when we dropped our child off for 8 hours a day when they go to school, she was going to be taught the same things that she was learning at home. And so that was one of the most important thing for us in choosing Wilberforce.
By academic excellence, we mean that we want them to be well-equipped, especially in these lower school years. We want them to have a strong foundation with the building blocks, especially of early reading and early math. So we approach language and reading from a lot of different angles. We do a phonics-based reading program. We want them to be able to decode every word that they meet and to have high fluency and low frustration. We want to do it well and equip them well. We don't mean that it's elitist. This education is accessible at all levels of ability, and anybody could be able to come into this environment and learn well and achieve their maximum potential. What we mean by joyful discovery is that students love to be at school, they love the learning process.
When I first came to the school, I was so surprised when I said, okay, time for math is over, and they all awed. And then I said, okay, but it's time for geography, and they all hooray. And it was just that joy that they have. And being able to teach such a group of joyful children who love to learn is a teacher's dream job.
We do things like nature studies, keeping a nature journal, narration of living books that students love to read and love to interact with, that help students to go beyond mere box checking and bubble filling and really enjoy the process.
We love the classical curriculum, and we love the fact that it's been tried and true for hundreds of years. This has worked for children throughout the generations.
Students learn about a composer every trimester and about an artist and a poet. So our students every year are introduced to excellent music from 3 masters, excellent artworks from artists, and also rich poetry.
Classical is distinguished from other forms of learning in that its focus is not only on academic performance, which it does very, very well, but also on the formation of the character and spiritual life of students. So if you think of education as a transfer of a way of life, these grammar years are incredibly influential time to transfer especially habits of their daily routines, habits of the way their mind works for reading music or art or history or science, math facts, all those things to build them into them, as well as habits of starting the day with prayer, habits of delving into the scriptures every day, habits of community and relationships. These lower school years are golden years for building those habits of life.